Yo, how y'all doing, man? Uh, I am I am tired and I apologize. So we will not make this very long. And I picked a short topic today because I can really go off the head with this, and it'll still come across doing what I want it to do, and that's what's most important to me. This is where's my finish line, and thank you all to everybody that always constantly tunes in whenever you tune in. It's always greatly appreciated. Let me get my mic right here. Make sure that this is sounding pretty cool. Today, I want to talk about doing free-ish, which is just something that I've mastered for the most part. But before I get into that, it's just a couple of just loose thoughts I want to throw out there, kind of get me warmed up to maybe have a somewhat of a detailed conversation. For the first time since literally like 1997, I got a chance to listen to the Firm album, and I gotta say, it's not as bad as we all were told it was. Now I've had the CD like in my possession, and just like many of you, or maybe many of you not, but like I heard Phone Tap. I'm a big Nas fan, so I bought it. I also love Nature. Nature is Nature is one of the artists that solidifies to me why Queens is the best hip hop borough like ever. It's people like Nature. Like Nature never sold a million records, to my knowledge. Um, but his skill level and some of the songs that he's been a part of, and some of the songs that he's made, has he definitely has some elite moments. And as I was listening to this Firm album, I uh I immediately thought, I was like, wow, this is like this cluster of artists and people involved with this album. Like, how did people say that it was a flop or it's whack? Or like, I wonder what was people expecting? What were people expecting? Like, were they expecting this to be like the Chronic 2? Were they expecting this to be Doggy Style? But at the same time, Track Masters and Dr. Dre kind of collabed to put together this album. And between 93 to 96, many would say that none of them missed. The Track Masters are coming fresh off of Mr. Smith album in 95. Def Jam is on super fire at this time. All of y'all love Dr. Dre. I swear he's the greatest producer of all time. He's already got the Chronic. He's already got Doggy Style. The Dog Pound album, which I don't think he did too much work on. But all that's out. Everybody is everybody. And then you have Nas, you have Foxy Brown, you have AZ, you have Nature. Cannabis is on this album. 97 Cannabis is on this album. Nori's on this album. It's actually a really dope album. It's not, is it, am I going to like try to backtrack and make y'all think it's classic? No, I'm not going to do that. But I will say that it is, it's a very solid album. Like, I don't know if many of you got the Junior Mafia Conspiracy album, and I'm going to listen again, but off top, I would say they're neck and neck. Maybe the Firm album is a little better. Maybe. Because Biggie's only on like 2 songs, and I think they both got released. I think he's only on Get Money and Players Anthem, and I think it's one more joint. Special Ed is on the Junior Mafia Conspiracy album too. Off the top of my head, I just remembered that because it's like my favorite song on the album. Big Special Ed fan, by the way. So I just encourage all of you to listen to the Firm album again. Stop letting the media, stop letting groupthink deter you or influence you to say stupid things about albums, about people, about subjects, about topics. That just reminded me of one of my jewels I want to give y'all. So now I'm going to write it down too. Hold up 1 second. Yeah, because y'all going to need that. Y'all going to need that later today. So where's my finish line? Doing free doing free things. Um, as I embark on this whole route to a passion and purpose, right? Start to really look over my life and all the things that I've done, and I realize that I've rarely been compensated for anything. A lot of my writing, a lot of my performing arts, a lot of just work and just new things that I've added to processes, new things I've added towards jobs, ideas. I've never been paid for them. And I know you're supposed to think that, gratitude or thank you is supposed to, be fulfilling enough. But I'll be real, it's not. It's not because sometimes it's only out of the sake of being courteous. It's out of the sake of being kind. It's out of the aspect of trying to not appear to be a piece of shit human being. A lot of people aren't thankful. A lot of people aren't grateful. They they want more, or they want things done for them. And if you are in a position to do, many times people will take your ability to do and just send you with a pat on the back, and that be it. And oftentimes, especially when I look at my career or lack thereof, I think about those moments and think about what I could have done differently. And to this day, I'm not really sure, because when you are coming up, uh, people always say this, know your worth, right? And people always say, get what you're owed. But then at the same time, people will be quick to tell you that you ain't paid no dues. You don't have the experience to charge that much. You don't like that. You're always missing something when your price comes up. You're always all of a sudden you're way too expensive because just because of your relationship. You know, there was a time where a lot of people wanted me to consider like management, whether it was social media management or music artist management, because of what I knew. But when it was time for me to talk about just getting paid something, all of a sudden, conversation slowed down. And well, don't you already make money doing this? But yeah, you want more of my time. You want more of my time. Like why? I often wonder why my time was never valuable to people. You know, and it sucks to have a bunch of knowledge and you can't like share it. But at the same time, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you are offering a wealth of knowledge or expertise or information, and you're getting very little in return. You know, what was it in the 2010s? A lot of people, they used to play the exposure game, right? I know many of y'all know the exposure game out there. One second. And I took a lot of exposure jobs, a lot of exposure tasks, and the most uh, the most disheartening thing about it is realizing, like towards the end of those roads, that I had the bigger platform. Like I definitely introduced people to more brands than more brands introduced people to me. You know, and and maybe my lack of positive affirmation and maybe just self esteem, I guess, was working against me. Because I would say things like, "Man, I ain't really nobody," or "Man, ain't nobody really checking for what I'm doing." So or "I need this look because they doing this," And maybe that was just the wrong type of wording to put out into the universe. Maybe that was just the wrong type of mindset to have as I was trying to earn a living, to do things. And I think we all have that Kanye West touch the sky moment, where you are kind of having a nervous breakdown. And you're like, man, like, are these people really that much better than me? Like, why? How come I'm not getting the results that I desire from what I'm doing versus these other people? And it gets super frustrating. And a lot of times, when you reach that level of frustration, many of us, you know, we give up, we just fall short, we fall back, and even though it might look easy on the outside, that's really the hardest part because everybody feels that they're almost there, but unfortunately, you have to put yourself in a position where people that actually want to help you, or people that actually are not in the stuntastic sector of an industry, are trying to help you. Like, a lot of people present well online and on platforms. They make it seem like they have a lot, or they can do a lot, or they've experienced a lot, and a lot of people don't know much. And for somebody like myself, always using myself because that's the best example. I'm never offended by much. So when I use examples and I use me, you can't be offended because I'm talking about me. Um, I was never really great at the fake it till you make it type of, lifestyle or presentation. It's just, I mean, not that I'm just trying to keep it too real for my own good. It's just like I just respect authenticity. I re- I respect six people with $6 together trying to figure it out with three. Than I do somebody swearing that they got 10 bands and a nice outfit and an office or a business card. You know, because for me, I've always lived by the work is the work. For me, I've always lived by um, the finish line will always be, we're on top. And I don't have to show you that I got it now if I know I can get it later. So when being in the industry and you come across a lot of people that just want to fake it till they make it, or they want to just present this false narrative or false image, and you see people gravitate to it when there's, you know, stolen work or plagiarized material, or there's just people that I mean just flat out get lucky, I guess. And you don't want to sound like a hater, but some people get lucky, you know. Um I used to take great offense to that, and that was kind of why I started Behind the Rhyme. And that was also kind of why I was hoping that writing for the Urban Daily would like help, or I was hoping that trying to get an article, the Global Grind would help, and none of that ever helped, and it sucked. Like, it sucked that everything I tried helped. And then, you know what? There was a time where people that would come after me would tell me things like I inspired them to do this, or I inspired them to make this happen or that happen, or start this website or whatever. And then they would be reaching out to hire other writers or content creators, and never even thought about calling me. That kind of pisses you off because it lets you know that, oh, I'm great enough to inspire you and make you want to, like, I inspire you enough to compete with me, but I don't inspire you to eat with me. And that's bullshit, man. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. And if everybody just wants to compete and like that, there's no progress. It's like, there doesn't need to be just putting this in putting this in perspective and taking it back to the 2010s. Like there didn't need to be 100 blog sites. There needed to be 100 people working with like 10. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it needed to be. Like, and a lot of stuff failed, and a lot of sites didn't do well, or they don't get off the ground because everybody's more concerned about being the head, being the CEO, and all this other shit. When really you should just be trying to make sure you have the best content possible. You know, I, and unlike many others, like me, the only reason why other people didn't write for Behind the Rhymes because they didn't want to, or I was making it clear that, hey, I'm not getting paid, so I can't pay anybody. And even then I was contemplating taking out a loan just to pay people. But then again, but nobody's ever as serious as you are when it's your thing. So it's just things that I often think about as I sit here in this space, and over 20 years of writing. And I was actually going to do another topic on this, just 20 years of writing. And I think I'll go more into a very lighthearted, more fun angle of that. But thank you. But no, thank you. I do. I mean, I do appreciate it. Yeah, it is. It's a really long time. And and I'm sure it's not it's I never complained in real time. Part of the reason why this might maybe sound like a complaint, or this just like this topic is resonating a little deeper today, because now the entire game has changed. The entire game has changed. Now, streaming services have gotten us all off the paint as far as music content is concerned. Think about it. It's 2021. Where is the website that you go to listen, hear, or see? No, I'm sorry. Listen, read, or find new artists. Where is this place that you go for the music opinion? Where's the opinion now? Well, the answer is everybody's Facebook status. The answer is everybody's Twitter feed. And the answer is everybody's Instagram page. I often see a lot of people scream how much, for instance, like as an example, people scream how they hated academics. And my thing is, y'all could have helped me get academics out the paint 7 years ago. That'd be my answer to shit like that. Like when I was telling people to listen to Dom Kennedy, don't fire back with, "Oh, I think dude trash." When I was telling y'all listen to Ty Dolla $ign, Beach House 2, because I think this shit is fucking fire. It took the Ordinal remix and him joining the Taylor game before y'all said I was right. Shoot, fall of 2016, I was telling y'all listen to Griselda. And for the most part, oh man, that's that old like 90s hip hop shit. Ain't nobody on that no more. But now look what's happening in 4 or 5 years. It's almost like being anti is just better. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if I Part of me believes that if I would have took a salacious route and if it was really in my spirit to just show y'all a bunch of fuck shit and just tell you a bunch of goofy music just because I was paid off to do so, that maybe my name would be a little bit more important. You know, maybe that what I did would matter more if I steered away from the authenticity of like actually loving music and loving the genre and really putting y'all on some cool stuff. Like maybe that's not what y'all wanted. Oh, let's see. Brendan, what up, man? Hey, what's up, Brendan, man? How you feeling, man? Now you know negativity is the best publicity. Yeah, yeah. If you want to be great, be negative. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, um, Brendan, I'm so glad you said that because you know what, man? Another you know, I I came to a realization, maybe I don't know when, but I was like, you know, I can say the realest, most inspiring stuff ever, and people won't care because it's from me. But does that mean that you stop saying it? Do you stop believing it? Do you stop doing it? It's like no, because you know, at the end of the day, is it really be for me more than it be for anybody else. But you know, but man, but oh boy, those days when I was hopping on these platforms to give y'all my left and right brain about a bunch of shit I didn't fuck with or people I didn't fuck with or things that I had to do. Oh, I got nothing but attention for doing that. Nothing but attention for doing that. I built a lot of my followings just from a very venomous place accidentally. It was, oh man, Cam be on the tripping. Let's follow him and see what he about to say today. And you know, some people I converted, but you know, my engagement been light. It's been light for a number of reasons. I see it. I understand what it is. But you know what? I'm 40, man. I'm not supposed to still be on here acting like I'm 24. I'm just not. Like that's not how this was supposed to go. And then and still, even with all of that, at my core, a lot of me is still the same. But that never seemed to be good enough for the masses. And I'm only saying that because I've been on here since organic reach was a thing. Now, I've been on these platforms since organic reach was a thing, like way before you could buy bots and buy followers and all of that. Like I've literally been on the internet since you really had to give out. Like I've been on the internet since people been saying, yo, follow me at www dot whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever.com, you know what I'm saying, slash this. Like when we were saying backslash this or slash cam quotes, like I've been on the internet since then. And I've done a lot. And sometimes I really do feel that it went in vain. But you know, this is why Where's My Finish Line exists, because you know, I'm so glad on one hand that at least I did everything for me. You know, if I never hopped on here habitually saying what can I do for y'all, you know, and I don't mean it in a serving way, because we should think about what we're doing and how it can help others. But I'm coming more from the perspective of I never hopped on here and say, oh, that's what they messing with. Yo, let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that. And then, and you know, and the very few times, the handful of times I did that, I felt so cheap. I felt like a loser. I just felt goofy. Like, what am I doing following? Like just following. What am I doing following? Like everybody doing it, so now I gotta do it. Like that's the corniest thing in the world to me. Like I never and that was I think we've talked about this before, but that sparked my initial social media hiatus, because I was starting to try to do the things that the other people were doing. And that doesn't set well with me. I don't know if people think that I am like my branding is being contrarian. It's really not. It's just me feeling the things that I say and feeling the things that I do. That's my brand. I feel what I say. And I feel what I do. And it's okay if you don't. But you know, I often wonder why, how come even when like people are just as silent when they do feel it as if they don't, you know? And that's just always been difficult to navigate. Um to move this where's my finish line forward on doing free-ish. I don't know what to do. Like, for instance, Bravado is coming up. Well, August content for Bravado is up. I haven't wrote a word of anything yet. And I'm not even sure what I should talk about this month. And even though writing comes really easy, just the aspect of knowing that I know, like, besides the random people on WordPress, I probably won't, you know what I'm saying? It won't be a lot of feedback. It won't be a lot of, hey, this information right here helped me. This word helped me, or I agree with this, or I don't agree with that. It's just nothing. Like, I'm just flat out here. But now, and part of it is because, again, the game has just changed. I'm very aware of the game. Social media marketing is the game now, and social just you know salacious, like clickbait, clout chase, like all of that is the thing now. So either you got to have a budget or you got to have some beef, and again, that's just not authentic to me and just what I do. So I often wonder why. Like, I often wonder if just things are worth it. Like, I wish, really, all of this is really to say, I wish I would just win at something so I could keep going in a certain direction. You know, even in the songwriting realm, it's I've written hundreds of songs, like literally hundreds of songs. I don't think one of them has been published yet. I don't think it's been published yet, but hopefully though, I do have a glimmer of hope. 2021 has been really good for me in that regard. So, who knows? There's still time to get a lot done, and it's just things are going to things are going to move, and not at my pace. You know, much like Dick Gregory said, fear and God can't occupy the same space. And you can't have faith and believe in good luck too. I believe, you know what I mean. I kind of believe in that because I haven't really deep dived into my thought process on that. But you can't have faith, but then ultimately believe in good luck, because if you have faith, then you won't need luck because you know it's going to happen one day. You just don't know when. You know, it's needed, but the people don't always know what they need or how to navigate it. This needs to be documented, bro. For real, for real. Yeah, hey, thank you, man. And you know what? I just have down moments, but I don't really stop. I just pivot. I just do a lot of things. And it just gets mentally like stressing, like what I don't want, and I hope I don't speak this into existence then in the backwards way. Like, I don't want to like die and then everything that I ever wrote is now like the holy grail of writing. Like, nah, spare me that. Like, I don't want that at all. You know, even if it meant that my daughter would be set for life, it's like, no, this is why I'm pro taking your flowers. Don't wait for people to give them to you. Start your garden. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's gonna be a jewel for y'all too. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. Hold up, I gotta say that right. You know what I'm saying? Uh, all right. Where's my finish line, man? We're coming across that 30-minute mark. I hope I don't I hope this doesn't bring you all down too much. But again, much like the topics here, this is about me. This is about the things that I've done, the things that I've gone through, and these are just the thoughts and feelings and emotions that I want to share. You know, so these are my opinions. This is just my perspective. And you know, if nothing else, I just want to share it with somebody because hey, maybe one day this will help somebody. And I'll take solace in that. You know what I'm saying? You ever read up on Sylvester Stallone's story about Rocky? Yes, you know what, Brendan, I actually have. I do have to read it again though, because the real life Rocky is the dude that ended up boxing Muhammad Ali in the exhibition, and it went like 15 rounds. I want to say something like that. So yes, I am aware of I'm aware of the quote real Rocky story, but I do need to but I also I know Sylvester Stallone's story as well, and how he came to get Rocky, like when really he was done out here, like just for trying to be an actor, director, producer of the movie, like, which is also why, real talk, the Rocky franchise is, I believe, it's the most inspirational movie series of all time. Like the first 4 Rockies for sure are like, if that don't make you just want to get up and try life, man. Like I don't know what will. I don't know what will. Yeah, I love those movies. And both Sylvester Stallone story and also the guy who actually is Rocky, like they're both very compelling stories. I do recommend reading them. I gotta read them again, I should say. But yeah. But yeah, man, look, man, 32 minutes almost in the clock, man. Y'all got real life to get to tomorrow, and so do I. So it's time for some jewelry, man. Let's I brought a few down today. See, look, I came with so many weeks of giving y'all the same ones. Now I just got all kinds of joints popping up here. So how about this? Let's do this. Groupthink is for losers. That keep that one. Please use that. Understand that groupthink is for losers. You know, facts will never involve your feelings. Okay, facts will never involve your feelings. At the end of the day, it's called self-esteem. Okay, and let's give y'all one more. I wrote some other ones. I can use this for next Monday. Okay, cool. And don't wait for flowers. Start your garden. Yeah, that's a good one to end with, right there. Don't wait for flowers. Start your garden. Thank you all again for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Where's my finish line? Until next week. Shout out to you, Brendan. I appreciate you, man. And as always, love.